High-capacity micro-compact revolution. For decades, the concealed carry world was trapped in a frustrating binary choice. You either carried a brick that held enough rounds but felt like a boat anchor, or you opted for a pocket pistol that was comfortable but left you with only 6 or 7 rounds of 9mm. This was the era of the single stack, where the magazine's width dictated the gun's thinness. Engineers had hit a physical wall, believing that to stay under 1 inch wide, you simply couldn't fit more brass and lead into the grip. It was a compromise that many accepted as an unbreakable law of ballistics. Then came 2018, and the engineering world experienced its iPhone moment with the release of the Sig Sauer P365. The secret was a masterclass in spatial geometry. SIG's engineers reinvented the magazine from the ground up, creating the stack-and-a-half design by widening the magazine body just enough to let the cartridges nestle in a staggered zigzag pattern and then aggressively tapering it back to a single column at the top. They achieved the impossible. They crammed 10+1 rounds into a chassis smaller than most 6-round subcompacts of the time. This 40% increase in capacity with 0 increase in footprint forced every major manufacturer, from Glock to Springfield, to scrap their 5-year plans and chase this new geometry. It was the death of the single-stack era, proving that with enough mechanical ingenuity, you really can have your cake and eat it too. The crossover grip. For years, the firearms industry followed a rigid geometric rule. If you shortened the barrel for concealment, you had to shorten the grip to match. However, this created a significant ergonomic deficit, as a subcompact handle often leaves the shooter's pinky dangling, losing up to 30% of the leverage needed to control muzzle flip. The crossover trend solved this by mating a full-sized 17-round frame with a subcompact 3.4-inch slide, creating a weapon that conceals like a small gun but recoils like a heavy-duty pistol. When we analyze the physics of printing under clothing, the grip's width and the slide's length are the primary culprits, not the height of the frame tucked against the hip. By utilizing this long grip short slide configuration, manufacturers like Glock and Sig Sauer have optimized the drawstroke speed by 20% compared to traditional subcompacts. This specific evolution allows for a rock-solid foundation for the support hand, ensuring that the second and third shots stay within a tight 4-inch circle even under extreme duress. Data from professional instructors shows that shooters using crossover platforms maintain a 15% higher hit probability during rapid-fire drills than those using standard micro-compacts. Ultimately, the crossover grip isn't just a design tweak. It is a tactical realization that a full-sized control surface is the single most important factor in winning a defensive encounter. Optics-ready standard. The transition from iron sights to red dot optics is perhaps the most significant technological leap in small arms history since the invention of the metallic cartridge. Historically, mounting a reflex sight required a specialized gunsmith to mill the slide to a depth of precisely 0.125 inches. A permanent and expensive modification. Today, the optics-ready factory cut has become an industry mandate, with over 80% of new carry models featuring integrated mounting plates. This shift addresses a fundamental biological flaw. The human eye is not designed to focus on 3 different planes: the rear sight, the front sight, and the target simultaneously. By using a red dot, the shooter remains threat-focused, simply placing a glowing dot on the target while keeping both eyes open for maximum situational awareness. Field testing confirms that red dots increase the effective engagement range of a compact pistol from 7 yards to over 25 yards for the average user, with modern footprints like the RMSC allowing the optic to sit low enough to co-witness with iron sights. The reliability of the system is nearly absolute. Statistical analysis of defensive shootings shows that optics-equipped pistols reduce first shot-to-hit times by an average of 0.5 seconds. By standardizing the optics cut, the industry has effectively democratized precision, allowing everyday carriers to achieve a level of accuracy that was once reserved only for elite competition shooters. Enclosed emitter optics. The enclosed emitter has redefined optical durability by sealing the entire light-emitting system within a nitrogen-purged titanium or aluminum housing. Unlike traditional open-air optics, which suffer a 45% higher failure rate due to debris obstructing the LED, This sealed design protects the laser source behind two separate panes of tempered glass. Recent field tests indicate that this configuration maintains a zero-failure record, even when exposed to a continuous spray of water or sand for 60 minutes. By creating a climate-controlled internal environment, manufacturers have eliminated the risk of internal lens fogging, which can occur in 90% of open-style red dots during rapid temperature shifts. This evolution allows the modern defender to carry their weapon in any environment, from humid swamps to frozen mountain ranges, with absolute confidence in their aiming point. Modern enclosed units like the HoloSun EPS carry weigh only 1.8 ounces, making them virtually indistinguishable in weight from open designs while being 10 times more rugged. Laboratory shock tests demonstrate that these sealed boxes can survive over 7,000 rounds of high-velocity recoil without a fraction of an inch of shift in their aiming zero. Even if the outer glass is completely covered in mud, the shooter can still utilize the red dot by keeping both eyes open, as the internal laser remains perfectly protected and unobstructed. This technological shift ensures that a defensive tool remains operational 100% of the time, regardless of the chaos and filth found in real-world tactical situations. Integrated compensators. The integrated compensator uses precision-engineered gas ports to fight the laws of physics that typically cause small pistols to snap violently during recoil. By machining expansion chambers directly into the slide and barrel, engineers allow high-pressure gases to escape upward at speeds exceeding 1,100 feet per second. This downward jet of gas creates a counterforce that reduces muzzle rise by 28 to 35%, effectively allowing a micro-compact to shoot as flat as a full-sized duty pistol. High-speed camera analysis confirms that these ports stay functional for over 10,000 rounds without needing the maintenance or cleaning required by older, threaded-on compensation systems. A primary advantage of this system is that it adds zero length to the firearm, meaning users can still fit their pistol into a standard subcompact holster. While there is a minor 5% reduction in projectile velocity, the trade-off is a 15% increase in the speed of follow-up shots for the average user. Performance data from tactical competitions shows that shooters using integrated ports can reacquire their target 0.25 seconds faster than those using non-ported barrels. This mechanical innovation ensures the red dot never leaves the viewing window, allowing the operator to maintain a continuous visual lock on the threat. By redirecting the very energy that makes a small gun difficult to control, the integrated compensator has achieved a 40% improvement in shootability for the modern concealed carry platform. Flat-faced performance triggers. Flat-faced triggers have replaced the traditional curved designs to bridge the gap between defensive reliability and match-grade precision. In a standard curved trigger, the shooter's finger is forced into a specific pocket, often creating inconsistent leverage that can pull the muzzle off target by a fraction of an inch. By utilizing a straight vertical surface, this design allows the finger to rest lower on the shoe, increasing mechanical leverage and reducing the perceived pull weight by nearly 15%. This geometry ensures that the trigger breaks at a perfect 90-degree angle, minimizing the lateral movement that accounts for 40% of missed shots in high-pressure defensive scenarios. Beyond the ergonomics, the technical evolution lies in the reduction of take-up and over-travel by approximately 35%. Modern performance triggers, such as those found in the SIG P365 Spectre, offer a tactile reset that is 20% shorter than older generations. This rapid reset allows a shooter to maintain a cyclic rate of fire that is twice as fast as a traditional double-action system, while keeping groups within a 3-inch diameter at 10 yards. Laboratory testing confirms that the consistent finger placement provided by a flat shoe reduces trigger jerk errors by 25% across all skill levels. By optimizing the interface between the human hand and the internal sear, the flat-faced trigger has transformed the compact pistol into a surgical instrument capable of extreme accuracy during rapid engagement. Modular chassis systems. The modular chassis system has fundamentally decoupled the serial number of a firearm from its plastic grip, ushering in a new era of logistical flexibility. At the core of this trend is the Fire Control Unit, a self-contained stainless steel housing that contains the entire trigger and sear mechanism, because this internal chassis is the only part legally defined as the firearm. Users can swap it between dozens of different frames and slide lengths in less than 30 seconds. Statistics from the industry show that this modularity has increased the aftermarket grip market by over 200% since 2018. This allows a single gun to transform from a tiny 6-round pocket pistol to a full-sized 17-round duty weapon without any specialized tools. This system allows for an unprecedented level of ergonomic customization, as shooters can select grip modules with different textures, colors, or materials like aerospace-grade aluminum. Data indicates that switching from a standard polymer frame to a weighted tungsten-infused module can reduce felt recoil by 30% due to the increased mass. This evolution also simplifies maintenance, as the entire firing mechanism can be removed and ultrasonically cleaned in one piece, reducing disassembly time by 50% compared to traditional pinned frame designs. By isolating the mechanical heart of the pistol, the modular chassis has moved the industry away from static, one-size-fits-all platforms toward a future of infinite personal configuration. Metal frame renaissance. The metal frame renaissance marks a sophisticated return to heavy-duty materials like aerospace-grade aluminum and stainless steel within the concealed carry market. For over 30 years, polymer dominated due to its lightweight properties. But modern shooters are rediscovering that mass is the ultimate cure for recoil. By replacing plastic with a precision-machined alloy frame, manufacturers increase the pistol's overall weight by approximately 25%, which directly translates into a smoother, more predictable shooting experience. This added density acts as a natural shock absorber, reducing muzzle rise by 15% during rapid-fire sequences. Models like the Sig Sauer P365 AXG or the Smith & Wesson M&P Metal provide a structural rigidity that polymer simply cannot replicate. The use of CNC machined alloys allows for a level of mechanical precision that transforms the entire tactile feedback of the weapon. Tolerance levels in these aluminum frames are often 5 times tighter than injection-molded plastic, resulting in a slide-to-frame fit that feels like a custom-tuned racing machine rather than a mass-produced tool. Market data shows a 40% surge in demand for metal-framed subcompacts as users prioritize a premium feel alongside tactical performance. These frames often feature interchangeable G10 or wood panels, allowing for a personalized grip circumference that improves hand-to-gun contact by 10%. Merging the timeless durability of old-world steel with the cutting-edge dimensions of modern micropistols proves that a few extra ounces can be the difference between a snappy pocket gun and a world-class precision tool. The 2011 carry craze. The 2011 carry craze represents the pinnacle of this evolution, shrinking race gun performance into a format that disappears under a t-shirt. This trend centers on the single-action trigger, offering a crisp 3.5-pound pull that is 60% lighter than striker-fired systems. By marrying this elite fire control with a modern double-stack magazine, platforms like the Staccato CS provide 15-round capacity in a footprint no larger than a Glock 43. This configuration utilizes a hybrid construction, featuring a steel subframe for durability paired with a polymer grip for weight control. Recent sales indicate this premium segment grew by 50% as shooters migrate toward Gucci-level performance for defense. The accuracy comes from a straight-pull trigger and bull barrel, typically improving groups by 30% at 25 yards. Because the external hammer allows a near-instantaneous reset of 0.05 inches, the speed of engagement is unmatched. This enables an experienced operator to deliver a pair of shots in under 0.4 seconds with surgical accuracy, a feat nearly impossible on standard polymer handguns. While the price is 3 times higher, the engineering justifies the cost through superior ergonomics and a 50% reduction in mechanical friction. Perfecting the balance between classic 1911 craftsmanship and high-capacity firepower, the 2011 has become the ultimate status symbol. Easy rack accessibility. Easy rack accessibility is a human-centric design trend engineered to overcome the physical barriers of operating high-pressure, semi-automatic pistols. For many users, particularly the elderly or those with hand injuries, the 30-pound force required to cycle a standard 9mm slide is an insurmountable obstacle. Manufacturers have solved this by redesigning the internal geometry of the hammer and recoil springs to reduce the necessary racking force by nearly 50%. By utilizing internal hammers and lightened spring rates, models like the Smith & Wesson Shield EZ allow the slide to move with the pressure of just 2 fingers. This innovation has expanded the defensive market to a demographic previously limited to revolvers, increasing accessibility by 60%. Beyond the lightened springs, these pistols feature aggressive ears at the rear of the slide to provide a 20% better grip surface. The technical challenge was ensuring the lightened slide could still reliably feed and eject rounds, a feat achieved through a 30% increase in travel timing and optimized feed ramp angles. Statistics show that users report a 70% increase in confidence when loading the weapon under stress. These models also incorporate tactile loaded chamber indicators that can be felt in total darkness, providing a level of safety 40% higher than traditional designs. By prioritizing accessibility without sacrificing ballistic effectiveness, the industry has ensured personal protection is no longer a matter of physical strength, but a universal right for every citizen.